Family, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Student Success Series of Caps and Gowns TV, where we're providing inspiration and motivation in preparation for your next graduation. Listen, every single week we're talking about an important topic. That's right. We're talking about you. And today is no different. You're not going to miss too much of that work that you got going on in your classroom. You are going to get what you need so that you can move forward. I'm speaking to a specific student today, right? Like, you are that student who has issue with a lot of the things that are going on right now. Right? And rightfully so. You may feel some type of way because of distance learning. You may feel like, things are a little bit unfair, and you may feel, justified, and you might be right. Like, you may have legitimate reason, and that's okay. It's perfectly okay for you to feel the way that you feel. But you still have responsibility. Hear what I'm telling you. You have responsibility to achieve what it is that you are supposed to achieve. You are a student first, and everything else comes after that. Regardless of how you even may be treated in an unfair situation, you still got to do what it is you're supposed to do. And the reason why I'm telling you this, you may not like it, but I promise you it's going to be good for you. You need to understand this. Like, you need to get this in your mind today. Like, I don't want you to wake up tomorrow still thinking the same way that you think about that situation. Here's what I want you to know. You have to continue to press on in this academic circle that you're in. I know you may not want to be a mathematician, right? Like, I know you may not want to be a scientist. I know you may not want to become a teacher. Like, you feel like all of these things that you're learning will have no significant weight in your life. But I promise you, there's an even deeper reason. I've been where you are right now. You feel like algebra is not going to serve any purpose in your life. You're saying to yourself, why am I spending time investing in biology when I'm never ever going to be a biologist? Like, I have no desire to do those things. I have no desire to learn social studies. I have no desire to become an English major. Why am I investing my time? Why do I have to do this? You're considering dropping out and going to get a job so that you can make ends meet back at the home. And you know what? I want to implore you, encourage you. I want you to keep that mindset, but I want you to pump those brakes just a little bit, right? I don't want you to dodge this part of the process, because if you miss it, you'll have a missing piece. Listen. Let me say it again. I don't want you to miss this. If you miss this part, you will have a missing piece. It's not about school, y'all. It's about you. I'm telling you, that is the only principle that I'm giving you today. School is not about school. It is about you. Yes, of course you're learning. Yes, it's important that you learn what you need to know for the academic standards that are in your state, that are in your school, that are in your district. I love that. That's all important. Yes, it is very important. But at the end of the day, you're not learning these things solely for the academic standards that you have to attain. You're not learning these things solely for academic excellence. You're learning these things so that you can be developed, y'all. I'm telling you, it's not about school. It's about you. Well, it's not just about school. It's more about you. See, that's why those teachers hold you accountable. Now, I'm sure that there are some teachers who truly, genuinely care about the topic that they are teaching you. But more important than the topic, those teachers, your favorite teacher, your administrator, your coach, they care more about you being developed. And one of the ways that you're going to be developed as a prominent human being, one of the ways that you're going to be developed as a successful entrepreneur, as a successful police officer, as a successful fireman, whatever it may be, like whatever your goals, dreams, and aspirations are, is that you have to have intangibles fortified inside of you so that when you get to a situation in life, like how you got to that test in your math class, you won't break because it's too hard for you. I'll say it again. You will not be broken by a situation that doesn't go your way. That is why your teachers are so hard on you. That is why that teacher continues to persist so that you can succeed in the class. It's not just about the class, y'all. It's more so about you. What you've got to understand is that those teachers and coaches and administrators that you encounter on a regular basis, they have responsibility to plant seeds inside of you in a right foundation so that they can grow. See, they've got to break up that foundation that you may have had before. Like, you may have learned some things, you may have some tendencies, you may have some proclivities, you may have some things that you may have learned before that will not be good for the future that is ahead of you. Listen to what I'm telling you. I said that you may have some things that are in your foundation that are not going to be beneficial for the future that you're going to. See, that's why that teacher holds you accountable for the things you do and say. That's why that teacher sends that email and makes that phone call to your parents and guardians, because they want you to be developed so that when you get to that level of success that you desire, you will not squander it and you will have the character to keep you there. Come on, y'all. It's about the foundation that you're getting. Even if you're in high school, come on. Even if you're on the college level, you still need a foundation so that when you get to that new level in life, it will be right for the future that you're going to. Listen, I know I only have one principle today, but I want to tell you this quick story about how important the foundation that you're building your future on is. Now, I don't know what life experiences you may have had. I don't know if you know anything about construction, but before there's a building built, any type of building, whether it be small or large, what happens first is demolition. The foundation needs to be cleared so that whatever is being built can be put on the right foundation. If the foundation isn't right, what is being built won't sustain itself. It won't last. It'll literally crumble. And you know what? This actually happened to one of the most beautiful infrastructures in the world. It's literally considered to be one of the 8th wonders of the world. It's called the Millennium Tower in San Francisco, California. There was a segment on 60 Minutes some time ago about the Millennium Towers, and there was a couple who purchased a condo. There are literally hundreds of multi-million-dollar condos in the Millennium Tower. So they purchased one, and one day the individual said that he dropped a marble on the floor, but he noticed that the marble did not stop rolling, and that's peculiar, right? Because the marble should lose momentum on a flat surface. He had recognized that something was wrong because this marble had rolled from one side of the rim to the other. So he began to make phone calls. What they found is that those who had began the demolition, when they dug down to set the foundation of the building, is that they didn't dig deep enough. Listen what I'm telling you. They didn't dig deep enough. Now, I don't know if you've been paying attention in earth science class, but there are different types of soil as you continue to get towards the earth's core. So they dug down around about 800 feet, and at 800 feet, the soil is more like sand, meaning it's not as firm. Now, I told you before, this building is considered to be one of the 8th wonders of the world. It is a beautiful glass structure. It's 58 stories, I believe. So that would require this strong building to be put on a solid foundation. That's why the marble had continued to roll. The magnitude of the building was too heavy, was too strong, was too powerful for the foundation in which the building was built on. Now listen, I'm going to make it really practical for you because I don't want it to go over your head. If you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you have something that you desire to achieve, that is the equivalent to the Millennium Towers. It's going to be strong. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be huge. It's going to be one of a kind. But what you've got to understand is that if what is inside of you is not put on a solid foundation, that marble is going to roll. And eventually the foundation is going to crumble because it won't be able to hold what is sitting on it. Come on, y'all. I need you to really understand this today so that when your teacher gets on your nerves, or when your teacher holds you accountable, or when your teacher brings up that test or quiz to you, or makes that phone call home, you won't get an attitude about it. You'll actually take on a different identity. You'll be able to see it as something that's helping you get to where you want to be. I promise you, all of your teachers could really be professors. I promise you, all of your teachers could really have a different profession right now. But I believe in my heart that many of them, like myself and many of my family members who are teachers in the classroom, chose that because they have a passion, not just for the subject, but because they have a passion for you. I'm telling you, they could be doing anything else right now. So I need you to change your mindset towards how your teacher may approach you. Now listen, if it's something that you don't necessarily like, we'll talk about that next week. I'll tell you how to combat that when you have a teacher that you're bumping heads with on a different type of level. We'll talk about that next week. But I'm telling you that you've got to shift your perspective about the things that you're learning in school, about the things that you're having to endure, baby, because I'm telling you, it is not just about school. It's more about you and the foundation that's being laid inside of you for the future that you're about to obtain. I'm telling you, it's a lot closer than you think. So you've got to work hard and get ready so that when you get there, your foundation won't crumble. Family, I love you so much. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I hope that you learned all that you needed to learn and that you implement all the things that you learned and that your mindset is different because you're on your way to a new level in life. Before I go, do me a favor and let all of your friends, family, and teachers know that this is the Student Success Series of the Caps and Gowns TV show, where we provide inspiration and motivation in preparation for your next graduation.